It is Uruguay against South Africa in Pool A to get their Hong Kong 7 started, and Lades is hit hard in the air by Fresnedo, and he taps and goes quickly. South Africa, they won 4 titles in the regular season, and Selvin David's there up towards halfway. They've got so much pace in this team. They've got plenty of power as well, and Lades puts it on the toe, and chasing it is Sebastian Job, waiting for it to sit up. It was an awkward bounce, and Diego Ardao, the Uruguayan captain, last man standing, got there in the nick of time, and they get a penalty out of it as well.
Well, that was a fast start from the Blitzboks. You can see why they've won 4 events this year. They mean business. They want to be the top dog in the World Championships here in Hong Kong. But Uruguay, they have a bit of serious experience. We saw Diego Ardao, their leader, chase back there. They know what it's like to play against the top teams, so they're not just going to roll over and die. They want to be here. They want to perform.
Yeah, the muscle memory cannot be overstated of being in the top tier of HSBC Sevens. A lot of these players have been there, done that. They won't be intimidated by this level. South Africa, however, as we know, are the best in the business right now. Good possession here for Uruguay. Well-disciplined, well-coached team. Here's one of their best from 7s2, Pedro Oblog. Born in France, but very much Uruguayan. Diego Ardao, the captain, gives it to forward on the edge, and coming out of the line there was Zealand van Wyk for South Africa, looking for the spot tackle. Didn't actually hit his mark, so almost an opening there for Uruguay. More good possession for them. And they're going to work it over here to the near side. Changing direction is Nacho Rodriguez. Back to Ardao. Now Oblog once more. Over the top. That's a nice ball. Good carry from Thomas Echeverry. He was the leading tackler in 7s2 across the 3 events in Nairobi, Montevideo and Sao Paulo. That's how Uruguay have got here, and they're challenging the regular season World Series winners South Africa here, but breakdown is their business, and the captain, Impi Visser, wins the steal.
That's awesome work by Impi Visser. He's a true leader in this Blitzboks side. He brings such strength. Look at this ability here. He gets his strong foundation, and he just makes a menace of himself. Diego Ardao can't get him out of there, and that's enough to get the turnover for South Africa.
It's almost perverse that South Africa have never won here in Hong Kong. They've been to 3 finals, runners-up 3 times. They've won all around the world. World Championship winners last season in Los Angeles. Of course, Olympic bronze medalists in Paris a couple of years ago. But they dearly, dearly, at this mecca of rugby sevens, love to go all the way here. HSBC World Championship opener, no less. That's a loose ball. Bit messy from South Africa. That's unusual. They're usually so efficient with the ball in hand, and high standards expected from head coach Phil Sneyman, former finalist here as a player.
Yeah, Philip Sneyman, what a leader. He's the most capped captain for the Blitzboks. He's won World Series before, back in 2009.
Crouch.
It was interesting watching the women's games earlier on. The likes of Spain and Argentina, who came through 7s2 as well, and whether they're being battle-hardened or maybe a bit fatigued by 7s2, and how attritional that competition was to get to this stage. That's what Uruguay had to do. They just snuck in on the final day in Sao Paulo into 4th spot, and that's a knock-on from Rodriguez, so that hands back possession to South Africa. But apart from that error there, Greg O'Shea, Uruguay really look together as a team here.
Yeah, it's been pretty good actually from Los Teros Sevens. They were building slowly through 7s2. They had 2 4th-place finishes, and then they came 3rd in Sao Paulo, as you mentioned. So they have a lot of rugby under their belt. But South Africa are the best in the business at the moment. They're first in class. But South Africa seem to have an old banana skin when it comes to Hong Kong. They can't get the win here.
Selvin Davids gets it away to Zealand van Wyk. Sebastian Jobs with him on the edge here. He's so fast. Here's Van Wyk, lays it back nicely. Here's David Brits at first receiver, and back in the team, Zane Davids there in the number 4 shirt. Missed the Vancouver and New York events, and Tristan Lades skips through And the little hitch kick to finish as well. And the Blitzboks have their opening try in Hong Kong.
It was only a matter of time, and Zane David's back in this team. He was missed, but Tristan Lades has been here the entire time. With filthy feet like that, almost impossible to defend one-on-one. He's a special player. He's usually assisting, handing out tries as gifts to his fellow teammates, but he took one for himself here. The young man from Somerset West in the Western Cape of South Africa.
Sharpshooter as well, doesn't quite have the extra 2 there, but yeah, he's been outstanding. 19 assists across the series into this tournament here in Hong Kong. He was a key figure of that bronze medal run at the Olympics a couple of years ago as well. Key cog of this South African team. That's been overcooked. Selvin Davids on the restart, so with a minute to go here, Uruguay will get a chance here. Just down by 5. To get another attacking sequence into play.
I know Uruguay are 5-0 down here, but this is actually a great result against the #1 team on the 7 series at the moment.
Rodriguez comes to the near side. He's got his captain with him. Diego Ardal, just a little mix up there, just not quite on the same song sheet there. Rodriguez and Ardal, qualified doctor, likes to play a bit of guitar as well.
He's one of those guys that's just perfect at everything, kind of like you, Rupert Cox.
I was actually... Don't be silly.
Set!
Selvin Davids with South Africa leading 5-0. Feeds the scrum after that knock on from Uruguay. Here's Tristan Lades to Van Wyk. Ball in 2 hands. Back to Sebastian Job. They keep it alive. That's a heavy tackle coming in from Rodriguez. But Job gets it away. More defenders coming in for Uruguay, trying to force the issue here. You heard the siren for half-time. South Africa might just try to get this off the park. Or do they go hunting for more points before half-time? That's a long cut-out ball over to Zane Davids, who loves to run downhill, down the sideline. Halfway line, lays it back. Brits, Selvin Davids. Watch his stepping ability in midfield. That was lovely. Oh, really nice. Selvin Davids, one of the best hot steppers in rugby sevens, gets their second. I mean, there were defenders there, but he found a way through. Brilliant.
Selvin Davids, take a bow, son. That was absolutely delicious. Early days here in Hong Kong and Kai Tak Stadium. If you're not in the stadium, you're missing out. This guy is putting on a show. Oh, it's so dirty, it's so good. Well done, straight up the middle of the pitch. How do you defend that? Impeccable.
Ankle breakers from Selvin Davids in midfield. That's why you keep going before half-time on the final play with the clock in the red. Get yourself 2 scores clear. We go high above Tristan Lades here from right in front to add the extra couple of points. And the regular season champions have a 12-point lead over Uruguay at half-time. And we are halfway through a pool A match here, the opening game, and South Africa leading Uruguay by 12 points to 0. Selvin Davids, you've got to try in that first half. Almost overcooks it as well. Impi Visser got there first to keep it in field, but it's into Uruguayan hands here. Although Oblog has to flick that. That's a bit risky. With this defensive ability of South Africa, they do number up on D, the Blitzboks. Trying to rip it away there with Selvin Davids, but Ardal tough on the berries out there in the 9 shirt. Gives it to Fresnedo from the old Christians club. Now an opportunity. Lovely little offload. No looker out the back there to Primavesi. That ball's loose though. Ardal picks it up and flings it back in field, but it did go forward. It was a beautiful around the back offload and the lead up to that knock on.
Now this is beautiful from Tefurnaberry. Out the back door. Awesome stuff after taking it in the face from Impi Visser. Very impressive.
Big Impey celebrated his 50th all-time event in New York when they did the double. Won the gold medal there, their 4th of the season, and also wrapped up the regular season title. There you go, ranked first coming in here to Hong Kong. And mind you, again, a tournament they've never won. Could this be the year? This guy might have something to say about that. Selvin Davids, who puts it on a plate for job. Oblog coming across. What a tackle that is. Ball's available, though. Who wants it? Job
It's gone forward.
flicks it forward, but it did go forward. What a tackle that was. Pedro Oblog coming across.
Time off. Got blue 19.
This is textbook stuff. He just gets it on the ankles, does just enough to make Sebastian Job fall over, flirting with the touchline. That got a bit messy there, but I think Uruguay did just enough.
24 with 19 green off. Hola, Breca. Number 2.
And Los Terros Sevens now are pinned in their own 22. They really need to get some territory soon
Max back here, boys.
and get some scores on the board. The game is well within their reach, but they need to score soon.
That's the effort it takes, though, doesn't it, to stay in the contest. Concede there, again, go 3 scores down. That's really tough against South Africa, but Oblog keeps them in the game there with that bootlacer.
Bind. Set.
Safana Berry feeds it. Landawa. Some fresh legs out there for Uruguay. Gabriel Puig, who we're lucky enough to speak to before kick-off, is using his full squad here. Here is Oblog, who came up with that try-saver on Van Veek. He hits and spins and lays it back. Bullet-like ball there from Tafana Berry to his captain. There's a tackle from Ronald Brown, who's off the bench for South Africa. Some fresh energy for them as well. This time it's Shanazarov. And Uruguay maintain possession. Alfonso Vidal stands in the tackle of Selvin Davids. 4:20 to go, second half. 12-0 they trail. Los Terros Sevens, all the way from 7-2. Looking to find a way here. Back against the top-ranked team here in Hong Kong at the World Championship this weekend. That ball's just come out of the breakdown. Now, a knock on from Impey Visser, I think. What a warrior he's been for them this season, the new captain.
Uruguay have had 36 passes and they've gone nowhere. They're stuck in their own 22. It looks great, but they aren't gaining any territory. They really need someone to take a hard line and gain some meters. Having said that, though, it's easier said than done coming up against the Blitzboks, who have the best defense on the series. The lowest tries conceded with only 2.1 per game, but also the highest tackle success with 71%. So they're a very hard wall to break through, the Blitzboks, and they're happy to stand up and just keep defending, and it's working here for them right now.
Donovan Don taking the field in the 15 shirt. There he is, just on the bottom of frame there. He's going to defend the short side here. Penalty Uruguay. That'll help them get out of their 22 here. They can potentially kick it upfield and work the line out.
This is their opportunity now. They're up by the halfway line with 3 minutes left on the clock. They definitely need to get some points soon. And the beauty about coming up from 7-2 is nothing's expected from them. They were 4th ranked in 7-2. They had their own home tournament in Montevideo. They can come here to Hong Kong and just express themselves and enjoy the opportunity.
3 minutes to go. Uruguay looking to score next and give themselves a chance here against the best team in sevens. But that's been knocked on by the captain. You very rarely see that. Diogo Ardal, turnover ball here for South Africa, and they might well make Uruguay pay. Ryan Oosthuizen to Ronald Brown. Another hot stepper in this Blitzboks lineup. There's Don to Van Veek. He was pointing downfield thinking maybe the kick was on. No sweeper back for Uruguay. All the way over the far side, they will kick, and the chase is on. It's Oblog, and Job gets there first. Oblog's all over him. It's been knocked on again. Well, Pedro Oblog just keeps turning up when Uruguay need it.
Very impressive speed here from both players. Oblog had to turn on a sixpence 180 degrees, and it's a foot race.
4 is outside.
against Sebastian Job, who doesn't get it done. He spills the ball.
45.
But that's what we like to see. Two supreme athletes at top speed going head to head. And once again, it's the man from Uruguay, Pedro Hoblog, who steps up for his country. And he's definitely bringing the right attitude right now.
Well, Phil Snowman has rung the changes here, and he's brought on Ewan Norkia, who missed all 6 regular season stops in HSBC Sevens this season. His last event was LA last season. It's great to see him back. Talk about pace. He has plenty of it, Ewan Norkia. But here come Uruguay, though. Just under 2 minutes left. Clinging on here against South Africa. Desperately trying to get out of their own red zone. Chopped to the floor there was Chanazarov once more. Tafona Berry over to Vidal. In fact, it's Echeverry again. Oh, there's a massive hit coming in from Siviwe Soyezwapi. Was it legal?
Time off.
You could hear the impacts from the grandstand. They may well have a second look at this. Shakes Soyezwapi did not miss. He pointed to his chest there, saying he reckons it's fine.
Thank you. Okay, let me explain. Yes. Captain. Okay. There's no foul play. There's no foul play there. So we'll be scrum to blue. Okay? Scrum. No.
Well, we have a very good ref calling the shots here into Vida Rokove. There's just so much power coming through here. Shakes Soyezwapi. Oh, just on the high chest, and there's so much power coming through. You get that whiplash, he's going to feel that in the morning. But that's okay with me.
That's one of the biggest we've seen. Shakes Soyezwapi rattling and rolling Alfonso Vidal. What a hit. 12-0 it remains, 1:20 to go. Here come Los Sevens. Diego Ardao holds onto that ball. Now the little offload to Chanazarov, up over halfway. Here they come. Diego Ardao needs to keep it in field, does so. Tafona Berry over the head there of Suarez. Now it's Echeverry once more. It might open up here for Uruguay. Just need to keep the ball in hand. There's Vidal, who shook off that hit from Soyezwapi. Up to the 10-metre line, picks up, goes again. Job doing the tackling. Now they pick and go through Joaquin Suarez, the 22-year-old. Still alive here for Uruguay. They're getting closer. There's Echeverry. 30 seconds to go. Score quickly. They might be able to restart and give themselves a chance. Here's Tafona Berry. Now Diego Ardao. Oosthuizen with the tackle. 5 metres out. Here come Uruguay.
Advantage.
Just 2 metres out. They've got a penalty advantage here. They're going to tap. They're going to go quick. And Diego Ardao will score for Uruguay. Still time here. They're now within losing bonus point range.
Can I get the number for the offside?
Oh, Diego Ardao, the captain, he hasn't had his greatest game, but it doesn't matter because he has the moment here where he pulled Uruguay back into it. There's very little time left on the clock, but as you mentioned, Rupert, they get within losing bonus point territory and they get a try against a #1 ranked team.
Yes, it was you.
We will have a restart, and we got a 5-point ball game with the successful conversion.
Yeah.
Well, this would be something if Uruguay can knock over South Africa here in their pool A opener. You're talking about the last qualifier for the World Championship from 7s to Uruguay.
Hang on. Time is over. Okay.
Well, time is up, says referee Rocco Vereni. So they won. Round 2, Pool A, South Africa looking for their second win and a place in the Cup quarterfinals tomorrow night. But Paul Pla has it off the kickoff for Spain. Jojo Ceres is there to Juan Ramos, and now Edu Lopez, who had Sainz Trapanga to give it to, but he dummied and then he went. Edu Lopez tries to fend off Sebastian Job, who does a sterling job on defence. Moreno's there. Big man running with the ball in space. That's been knocked down by Zane Davis. Backwards though, so that's okay. But Jojo Ceres has it again. Here comes Spain. Really good start from Los Leones. Ramos, really good quick reload as well. Could be in business over on the far side. Here's Lopez again, tries to get on the outside of Tristan Lades, but he chops him to the floor, and then Selvin Davids goes in to help him out. Manu Moreno has to go digging. Pol Pla, played at the Olympic Games in Rio way back in 2016. Gives it to Manu Moreno again, who's stand-up tackle there from Lades once more. Good defence so far from the number 24 for South Africa. But Pol Pla sees a bit of space down the short side. Now Lopez flings it back to Ramos. Shooting out of the line is Shilton van Wyk. Bit of a dog leg in the defensive line of South Africa. This might work out for Spain. They keep it alive. It's Toby Sainz-Trapanga, and it's try time for Spain. There you go, Los Leones. Opening try against the Blitzboks.
That's exactly how you have to start against the Blitzboks. I mentioned it, you've got to take the game to them. You can't give them space, you've got to put them under pressure. And Los Leones have done it perfectly here. It's Tobias Sainz-Trapanga who touches down for the second time today. 2 tries in 2 games, but he finishes some stellar work by his inside fellow teammates.
Toby Sainz-Trapanga, he spent some time playing in Fiji actually. Oseo Kolina-Sao, current head coach of the team, got him over there, and he was absorbing the Sevens culture in the islands, from Madrid originally. So South Africa conceding 7. Lades lifted high by Visser. We know how much of a quality team this South African side are. They won't be too bothered by conceding early. But that's another error from Zane Davids, and getting there in the nick of the time is Selvin Davids. That was try time again, but Lopez almost rips it away.
Stay back, 12.
So they're being put under a lot of pressure early here, and Ryan Oosthuizen just hoofs it upfield and finds touch, as if to say that's the only option we had. You've got to credit Spain for that defence again. Phil Snyman with some thinking to do.
That's that pressure that you have to bring to them. Philip Snyman, he won't be panicking just yet. It's very early on in the first half. And the Blitzboks have the best defence on the series this year. The lowest conceded amount of tries and the highest tackle success. They're just taking a few minutes to get into this game.
Well, he won 17 cup titles as a player with Phil Snyman, so he knows what it means. Knows what it takes to win tournaments, both as a player and a head coach. And as we keep saying, South Africa have never won the Hong Kong Sevens. The only title in the world they've never managed to win. And again, they're being tested. Toby Sainz-Trapanga looks full of running out there. And get it off the deck, clear it away. Ramos to Lopez. They're looking really good here at the moment. Here's Pol Pla, the real heartbeat of this Spanish team. That ball's loose. Job tries to hack it forward. It went forward off Spain, so there'll be a scrum feed to South Africa. 3 minutes to go first half.
Oh, Pol Pla does really well here. He gets that hitch kick, manages to find the space, but just doesn't execute the pass. It got a bit messy there with Ceres, and they just spill the ball and give it back to Blitzboks, which is not what you want to do, especially when you see Lopez down carrying an injury. He is vital to the attack of this Spanish side.
Yeah, this is a concern.
Where'd you go?
Vital to keep everybody healthy. You don't want to lose someone early in the tournament. We saw Ross McCann go off for Great Britain earlier today, but it looked like a groin injury. But Lopez looks okay, back on his feet, so that's good news. That magic spray, it's wonderful stuff.
It's just as good as some water sprayed out of a bottle. It does the trick.
Stay in the scrum, okay? Thank you. Square. Crouch! Samagon.
Roof shut at the Kaitak. Friday night, day 1 of 3. HSBC Sevens World Championship. South Africa under pressure here, trailing by 7. Plenty of time to go, of course. Inside ball to Shilton van Wyk, and then that hitch kick, and then another offload to Tristan Lades, and then another one to Selvin Davids, and here's Oosthuizen, and now Visser. He's got Zane Davids to his right, but Ceres puts the South African captain on the floor, and then Zane Davids gets pinged for not supporting his own body weight at the breakdown.
You could hear the cheers from Spain there. That is a massive Turnover. They step back and Zion Davids just falls over, loses his footing. As we'll see it here in the replay, that's Impey Visser with a massive carry like he usually does. And then we have Zane Davids coming in here. Moreno steps back and Zane Davids just spills over.
Yeah, really good spot that, because it's intentional that from Moreno. You don't want to create a ruck there, so if a player goes on the other side involuntarily, they're going to get penalised. Really good stuff from Spain. They're playing really well here inside to Ramos. Half gap through the middle, looking for a reload. I think Oosthuizen thought he had the turnover there. No clear release is the call.
Yeah, Ryan Oosthuizen will probably argue his case, but it looked like he just held on to the defender or to the attacker too long in defence and then played the ball, and that's an automatic penalty. You see Paco Hernandez here. He's very animated, the head coach of Spain. This is a great result so far in this game for him. This is the moment here with Ryan Oosthuizen and Juan Ramos. You see his hands are still on Juan Ramos's body there. You must release clearly for the ref to see if you're going to go with the ball.
Yeah, we were lucky enough at the start of the season. Craig Joubert, referee's coordinator, came and spoke to us and said that we're really hot on that. You've got to paint clear pictures to the officials, don't you? You've got to show the clear release, and they'll give you the penalty on that occasion. But as we saw, Oosthuizen just didn't manage to do that. Here's Paul Pla coming around the corner. He played at the Olympic Games in Rio with his head coach, Paco Hernandez, we saw a shot of before. Moreno gets it away. It's all Spain right now in Hong Kong. Looking for a second score here against South Africa, and they're going to get it. Edu Lopez. Oh, that is big for Spain. 2 scores clear against the regular season winners.
Well, there was nothing wrong with his leg there. Moreno spins it out. Ceres, Trabanga, the big man with the skills, and then it's just a beautifully quick right foot step by Lopez. No sign of that injury we saw a couple of minutes ago. That spray definitely worked, and he gets in under the 6 and finally gets that second try for Spain just to make that extra distance before half-time.
And Ramos right in front makes absolutely no mistake. Spain are leading South Africa by 14 points to 0. And Paul Pla and Los Leones, if they can score next, could be on course to really turn up this Pool A in the bigger picture. Cup quarter-final places up for grabs, of course. Top 2 automatically qualify. But if Spain can beat South Africa here, they got a penalty to start the second half. It would take this group all the way down to the wire. There you go. As it stands, you'd have Spain and South Africa level on 3 points in second spot. Argentina already through with their 2 wins to the Cup quarterfinals, but gee, if this result stood, it could be very lively tomorrow.
What is it about Hong Kong for South Africa? They just can't seem to get it right here. There's plenty of time left. There is another game in the group left. But Spain, this is exactly what you want to see. They're bringing the game to the Blitzboks. I mentioned it from the start. You can't let up. You've got to take the space. And Spain are executing their game plan perfectly right now.
Well, it looked like there were some harsh words being said in the huddle of South Africa at half-time. And they're going to have to defend again here, though, as Coscuela hits and spins, and Toby Sainz-Trapanga, who scored a brilliant opener, is manhandled by Impey Visser. Coscuela again changes direction. Jojo Ceres, Trapanga, big man might fancy this. Oh yeah, he will fancy this. He's got a double. It's all smiles. A big hug from Manu Moreno. That's 3 tries for Spain.
That's their 3rd try and the second one for Sainz-Trapanga. Look at the movement of the ball here. It was Moreno that went on the inside line, and that did just enough to hold the South African defence. Impey Visser couldn't get out in time to tackle the big man, Sainz-Trapanga, and he has every right to be smiling. That's his 3rd try on day 1. There's a big gap opening up here. Rupert Cox.
Big brother Manu also played for this Spanish Sevens team. Talented family, the Sainz-Trapangas. Talented team this right now. 19-0. Leading the Blitzboks. They are on a 6-0 losing streak against South Africa. This would be massive if they can go all the way. Just under 5 minutes left, though. Long time. Norkia off the bench in his comeback tournament for the Blitzboks. Here's Oosthuizen. player of the final when they won in Perth. One of 4 gold medals in the regular season for South Africa. Fresh legs out there. Shilton van Wyk has found a way through. They won't catch him. Time and time again, this man steps up for the Blitzboks, docks it down quick. They'll have the extra 2, and they'll look to find a way back here against Spain.
Never write off the Blitzbok. They are supreme athletes, and this is just one of them. Look at that hitch kick, puts the ball in the correct hand, gets the fend out and finds the space, and it looks like he's on super speed, even has time to pull up his shorts. What a player, Shilton van Wyk, putting South Africa on his back and pulling them back into this game.
So many of the big attacking stats he leads. Most carries, most line breaks, tackles as well for this South African team last season. He was top of those charts. He's a big-time player, and they needed that. 19-7, the score now. Still a 2-score game. 4 minutes to go. Polplar gets it away. And Jeremy Trevithick, their leading try scorer this season. Thought he saw an opening. They get a penalty. It's Soyuzwapi who's done that time. For the second time in a game, South Africa get done for losing their feet at the breakdown. That's a clear tactic that from Spain. Just that they know how aggressive South Africa are when it comes to the breakdown, and they've won 2 penalties off the back of it.
Yeah, that's really well identified, Rupert. This must have been coming from Paco Hernandez, their head coach. But Soyuzwapi just got a little bit over-eager there, didn't hold his own body weight, fell on the ground, and that's automatically a penalty to Spain.
That's called doing your homework, isn't it? From Spain. Right now, they are winning that mental battle at the breakdown, and Edu Lopez fends off Ronald Brown, and Lopez gets his second, and Spain are even closer to a big upset win. Number 80 all time for Edu Lopez.
Oh, this is big. Look at the skills. He just takes it on the overs. Then Shilton van Wyk pushes too hard, and Lopez, he sees the space on the inside, bangs off his right foot and goes straight up the middle of the pitch, sticks the tongues out. He knows he's going to make it, gets his second one in this game, his 80 all time. He's a great player.
Oh, we saw that right foot step in the first half for his first try, and that was just the muscular fend, wasn't it? Into the chest of Ronald Brown. That upper body strength, all those extra sets, getting the reward for it right there. Gets a well-earned rest. 26-7 to Spain. They're just over 2 minutes from home here, from a big, big win. Can they finish the job? Legoboru to Trevithick. 27 tries this season. No one scored more in a season of 7s than that. Here's Bolinches, runs into Impivisa. Again, they reload the ball well. They're playing such high-quality stuff here, Spain. Ramos, ball in 2 hands. He's got Moreno on the cut. They're keeping out of danger. They're not getting wrapped up in the physical stuff. They know that's what South Africa are all about, and they found more space on the edge. And here is Trevithick with a bit of stop and a bit of go and a bit more try time for Spain. And that could well be enough to knock over the regular season champions. What a performance this is from Los Leones.
Oh, that's got to be enough at this stage. They put some serious daylight between themselves and the Blitzbok. It's Jeremy Trevithick against Impey Visser. David versus Goliath, and Jeremy Trevithick is way too fast. He's always going to finish that in the corner against big Impey Visser. But it was created by the patience in the offense by Spain. Manu Moreno coming back against the grain, flicking it out, and they found a space on the far side. It shows a lot of rugby IQ and a lot of patience to see off this game. Great performance from Spain.
Oh, 47 all time, 28 this season for Jeremy Trevithick. He's been outstanding for them in a difficult regular season, but in their second round here against South Africa, they have well and truly lifted. 31-7, just over 30 seconds to go. South Africa just playing for points difference in this one now. Even a losing bonus point will be a bridge too far for them. Over the top to Sheikh Soyuzwapi. He'll thunder down the sideline. Moreno again steps away from that breakdown like they've been doing all day. The debutant Jaden Nell given some minutes down the stretch here. Here's Norkia through the middle. Now they go to the breakdown, but they don't get the decision. It goes South Africa's way. 10 seconds to go. Nell, rookie tournament in New York, ended up lifting the the New York and regular season trophy all on the same day. Not a bad first outing for Jaden Nell. But this game is going to get away from them. Final play. Nell again puts the shoulder down, runs through Legaboru. That's the halfway line. Sawyer's Wapi to Lades. Lades over the top to Visser. Visser to Ronald Brown, who might just back his pace here on Trevidic. But that's a brilliant tackle from Jeremy Trevidic. Although he didn't let the player go, so it's penalty to South Africa. They'll keep going here. Might well get the try in the end, but it won't be enough as Donovan Don dots down for the Blitzboks. But the story here is all about Spain.
Consolation try really for points difference. It's well worked by Ronald Brown. Out to Tristan Lades and then finished off beautifully. But it's not going to be enough to win the game. This game is well out of their hands. 5 tries to 2, and Spain are ending that 6-game losing streak against the Blitzboks.
Tristan Lades will try and add an extra couple of points here for South Africa. Hasn't gone their way, neither has that conversion. It finishes here in Pool A. Spain 31, South Africa 12. It's the Blitzboks and Los Pumas sevens. Round 3 of pool games. Group A men's competition. Ball sent high towards the roof here in Hong Kong, and Ryan Oosthuizen has it for South Africa. Restart game so important, and they've got early possession here. It's in their hands in terms of qualification. Losing bonus point or a win is enough to guarantee that. Heavy tackle coming in. Luciano Gonzalez. Alvarez, the captain here, is laying on the field in back plate. They might need to check him out. Impy, this is their playing scrum half, the South African captain. Now Tristan Lades, a beautiful ball over the top to Ryan Oosthuizen, and Gonzalez hits him in the corner. They will check the sideline here.
Well, for all money, you'd think Oosthuizen would finish those all day.
Try yes or no for you.
But when you got the attentions of Luciano Gonzalez hitting you far towards the touchline, I tell you what, he saved the day.
For you. The player was in touch.
What a shot from Gonzalez.
Line out.
Well, World Player of the Year there. He's known for his attacking game with the ball in hand, but defensively manning up as well.
Cannonballed into Oosthuizen there with enough momentum to shove him sideways. Oosthuizen is a strong boy, and you would have backed him to finish that, but that's a great technical shot as well. Low shoulder contact, boom.
These two met in the Cape Town final. Round 2 of HSBC Sevens in 2026. Oosthuizen's won the ball back for his team. Brilliant at the front, well read, and a beautiful pass. But how about the tackle as well from Moneta? But it's still alive for Sebastian Job and the Blitzboks, and this time they will sneak in for the score. Gonzalez couldn't stop him that time, and it's the Blitzboks who get the opening try.
Well, it's a great steal. Oosthuizen, after just being denied a try, he gets up at the front and wins that one. And then it's just a case of putting it into the space where Job was waiting for it. And this time, Gonzalez cannot save the day. Job scores, gives him the lead. South Africa, when they so desperately needed to start well, have done so.
Yeah, Sebastian Job, he was the real spark in their Perth gold medal run. Spearheaded a revitalised Blitzbok attack there. Just his 9th tournament in HSBC Sevens, but he's become a real crucial player for them. Wherever you go in the world, there's good support for the Green Machine. And the Blitzboks. Conversion didn't make it. That's gone over the sideline. They lead at 5-0. It'll be an Argentina throw. Alvarez is okay in the number 6.
He'll be relieved that he's staying out there, the skipper.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so Argentina finished 6th overall in the regular season, but as we've been talking about a lot this weekend, Tom Mitchell, a lot of these teams were perhaps saving their best stuff for hitting this this World Championship here in Hong Kong.
Yeah, and I think unpacking that, saving their best stuff might have looked like rotating squads, budding new players, understanding different combinations, and also saving some legs for when it really matters. And I think Santi Gomez Cora, the Argentinian coach, has been pretty comfortable about that from the conversations I've had with him.
Good work from Sangada there. Now the captain Alvarez trying to keep Lades off him, but Lades, smaller man, does really well. There's Moneta. Haven't seen him spark just yet, but you can pretty much bank that he'll have his moment. He always does. He scored a try within 15 seconds of kickoff yesterday in their opening win against Spain. 2 in that match. Player of the final here last year, and Ryan Oosthuizen has snuck in on the blind side and plucks that out of the air for South Africa's second. Well, that's a bit of a self-inflicted wound from Argentina.
It's an absolute gimme for Ryan Oosthuizen. Just popped up out the toaster. Here it comes, the pass to no one. And he gobbles it up, sneaks under the sticks. Thank you very much. Didn't have to work too hard for that. In all fairness, it came for some pretty good work at the breakdown from South Africa, pinning Argentina down. And it was the blind pass, but it was into thin air and then into the hands of Oosthuizen.
Yeah, see your target before you hit your target. I think it's the message for Santino Sangada there. And Oosthuizen was all over it. And there you go, changes the whole complexion again. South Africa firming up a qualification position for the quarterfinals tonight. Marcos Moneta. Argentinians haven't been able to get out of their own half in this game. Here's Alvarez. Puts the left shoulder into Lades. They get a penalty. Now they can work their way upfield. 2:45 to go, first half. Vitterfeld to Moneta. Bit of afters and back play, and no harm done. Here's Gonzalez. Luciano Gonzalez, his centre of gravity. You mentioned cannonballs, Tom Mitchell. I mean, he is downhill. He's like a tank without a handbrake. But the penalty comes in the favour of South Africa here. Here's Shilton van Wyk. Now Zane David, speaking of big barreling ball runners. Oh dear.
I'm off.
Oh dear, he's been flipped right over there, and this could be big trouble for Martiniano Arrieta.
Checking
Right,
potential
Zane
serious
Davids
foul play from
is a
Nick.
tank. And that tank was just upended, but upended in a manner that is gonna draw some sort of card, and it could be a bad one. That's not a good tackle from Arrieta.
Nick, I have a decision for you. The player's lifted beyond the horizontal and lands on his neck and head. My recommendation is a red card.
And that's to 5, is it? Sorry. Yeah, 5. So past the
Looked
horizontal on
inevitable,
his
didn't
head.
it? That's
Off you go, please.
Arrieta's
You're gonna go
premature ending to this match, and pretty much an automatic 3-match suspension coming out of that minimum. That could be his tournament done as well.
Yeah, that was it. A no-brainer, I think. TMO seeing that one, I think we all knew it. That was going to be a straight red. And this is fast turning into a game that Argentina might just want to brush through, bearing in mind they are already qualified for the quarterfinals, which will help South Africa.
Yeah, unlike injured players, you can't replace suspended players, if that indeed does happen. Don't want to sort of preempt that, but
Come off.
the referee wants to chat.
If you're patient and you're patient and settled, I'll let them put them in. Put it in. Boys, too much work before the ball, both sides, okay?
It is one of those things in these games. When you're already qualified, you obviously want to play for top spot. You want to keep winning, but there are a couple of things you want to avoid. And getting red cards is certainly one of them. Injuries, red cards, you just don't want to pick those up in these games.
Set!
Selvin Davids looking for the power play. 7 on 6. Oh, they couldn't touch him. How on earth did he do that? Selvin Davids, time and time again, just finds space where there seemingly isn't any.
Well, this is so smart. He puts the ball in on the far side of the scrum, you'll see. And then he scoots back against the grain to where he's already got Lades waiting out for him. And there's only one Argentinian defender, so all that's left to do is toy with that one defender. Couple of dummies. See you later. Super smart from Selwyn Davids.
Clutching shadows, the Argentina defence. Selwyn Davids, the boy from Jeffreys Bay, just surfed his way in beautifully.
One of the classiest operators out there, one of those playmakers that you just love to watch. He's got the footwork, he's got the nous.
Lades gets us back underway. South Africa 19-0 now. Still 45 seconds to go in this first half. It's been a long first half. We've had TMOs, we've had injuries, we've had red cards, and we've had 3 tries to South Africa. Confirming this is going to be enough for South Africa to get through to the Cup quarterfinals if they finish this off. And here's Oosthuizen, they're looking for 4 before half-time. Visser, Lades, and it is 4 for the Blitzboks. And they can look forward to Cup quarterfinals tonight. Still a half to go here, but this is an imposing lead.
Well, it's a straightforward finish. The seed out from Visser to Lades, and all come from their defence, though. Defence has just been ruthless across this first half. Argentina, no option. South Africa turning defence into points, and they are cruising. They needed to show up for this first game on day 2, and the 24 points would suggest that they very much have done.
Tristan Lades taking his time here with the extra 2, and he's hit it really nicely, straight through the middle. Goalpost, light up green. And Brian Habana, geez, he gets about, doesn't he? 26-0, South Africa lead Argentina. Which could have a big bearing on their fortunes in terms of top 8 race in this World Championship. But we're back underway here in Pool A in the men's competition. And what a first half it was from the Blitzboks. 26-0, and well, Argentina got to play with 6 because Ariessa was red carded, and here comes another one. Shilton van Wyk, one of the fastest players in World Sevens, makes it 5.
Well, we thought this game might be closer. Shilton van Wyk has started the second half. That makes it pretty convincing for South Africa. Oosthuizen involved once again, got win, isn't he? Comes back on the angle, always identifying that pass inside to Shilton van Wyk, who's tracking nicely on that line. And he's just so smooth, so cruisy, barely into top gear as he ran that one in. Easy extras to add, 33 points.
And there you go. This big points haul here from the Blitzboks all of a sudden puts them on top of Pool A. Because if you've got 3 teams that level on 6, it's down to points difference in terms of how they finish. They'll all go through to the Cup quarterfinals, but it'll give South Africa a top seed tonight, which could be really, really important in terms of the head-to-heads who you face. You're looking at playing one of the best third-place finishers out of the group.
Well, how often have we said it? When it's pool play, going through to quarters, however you get to the quarterfinal is sort of secondary, sort of irrelevant. It's all about getting there, getting to the knockout games.
And by winning this, you could, South Africa could end up playing a USA or a Kenya tonight, who might go through as the best third-place finisher from Pool C. See, there's Pool C. It's really interesting. USA play Kenya today, so whoever wins that will probably go through as a third-place finisher as well, or maybe. And that's a head-to-head that South Africa might have fancied, or it might have been up against a team like New Zealand or France. You just never know how things go in sevens, but I think you'd probably take that matchup if you could have chosen it when you woke up this morning.
The other thing about South Africa, they're used to winning, even when they falter in pool play. Twice this year, when they've won cup titles, they've lost a pool match in that tournament. So a little blip yesterday perhaps didn't rattle them.
33-0. This is a statement. I mean, it feels like damage limitation now for Argentina, doesn't it? With the red card, they just want to get through this game. But there's still 4:40 to go. They don't want any more injuries or cards. And South Africa want more tries. Tristan Lade salutes the North stand. That is 6 for the Blitzboks here against Argentina.
Well, I'm sure Argentina can't wait to get back in the sheds and just wrap this pool stages up. Graciano is it who tries to put the kick through. It's charged down by Lays, and it's a hell of a finish as well. I would have thought for a moment the ball might beat him, but it's Tristan Lades. Of course it doesn't. Look at the dive, and he flies, and he makes it.
He's a wonderful athlete, Tristan Lades.
Styles it out as well.
Yeah, big bro.
Yeah,
Gillum plays for La Rochelle in the top 14. Boys from the Western Cape and South Africa, travelling the world. He was, tell you what, he was really important was the repechage in Monaco before the Paris Olympic Games. They had to go to that final event to get through to the Olympic Games. Ended up coming away with the bronze medal, but he was amazing in Monaco that weekend.
Player of the tournament, wasn't he? He was absolutely on fire. Very emotional afterwards, wasn't he? Couldn't quite believe it that he'd done it. This is an absolute demolition job here.
You good? Time on.
So that ball's gone straight out. So Argentina are going to get it back here.
Argentina are going to go quickly. They're going to try and salvage something from this one. And they want to try and take some positivity and gain some momentum back as they play down this near side. Carry it through. Feld carries in some heavy contact, and they've lost the ball again. Sawyer's Wappy mops up. And here goes Van Fijk. He puts the kick through, and Lades is on the chase. He's going after another one. Is it going to bounce through him? It doesn't quite. It's messy. Everyone's scrapping around.
Easy.
Referee Nick Hogan's going to make sense of it.
Scrum blue.
Lades. Well, the way he's going in this game, you thought it was going to pop up for him.
Was out the side and he was on the ball.
38-0.
Yeah,
Highest ever score, 52 points against Argentina. Biggest winning margin.
Stop.
Plus 50 points in that same game. That was in Sydney, 2003. So they're a long way away from that, but this is a massive scoreline, 38-0.
Well, if he'd scooped that one, they would have been on their way to it. For that, I mean, Argentina have just been absolutely nowhere in this game. It's been all South Africa. And they may well get a handshake from Coach Phil Snow.
Renfred Gazelle. So the backroom staff alongside Phil Snowman there. They would have had some tough words after that loss to Spain yesterday. You can imagine there was a lot of honesty. Always is with South African rugby teams, and they have well and truly responded. Santiago Mare, haven't seen much of him in this game. Ronald Brown's out there for South Africa as well, as is Severo Soares-Wapi, and the rookie Jaden Nell, who made his debut in New York, penalty Argentina.
Well, it wasn't just that game they lost yesterday either. They only scraped past Uruguay to get their one win, which, and actually that win is the one that's allowed them the chance to play here for a quarter-final spot and to go through to the quarter-final spot, as we could safely say now.
You know better than most, Tom Mitchell. There is an old adage in sevens. You don't win these tournaments on day one, but you can lose them. And they've got through that difficult day, and they've turned up here on Saturday morning in their round 3 game and put on a bit of a masterclass here on Argentina, who will need themselves to regather, dust themselves down, and go again in the quarterfinals tonight. Brilliant from Ronald Brown. Kieran Nortje, this could be a moment. Oh, I think he was away, Nortje. Tried to give it back to Brown. Kieran Nortje, his first tournament this season, having worked his way back from injury. I think he might have run that in with his pace. Nell goes in for the steal. Oh, that's really good work from young Jaden Nell, the 21-year-old out of Durbanville High School.
That's a great steal. Ronald Brown. How about the filthy footwork on show? Oh, stop it. Murray just gets sent to the shops.
Scrum, please.
Oh, nasty. plug me into that one on repeat. Love that from Ronald Brown. That's what he gives you. You hate playing against those sorts of players, by the way. If you realise you're one-on-one defensively, the heart rate goes up.
I'm just glad I never had to do it.
Can't hold on to the pill in this game, Argentina. Certainly something they're going to have to address post-match. You talked about tough conversations. I imagine Santiago Gomez-Cora might have a word with a few of the boys after this. Obviously played most of the game with 6 players as well after that red card.
Yeah, knock on there at the back from Davids. It was a messy old scrum.
Yeah. He pulled out.
Still 24 seconds. This is Zane Davids. They rested him for Vancouver and New York, but they brought back the dad bod for this one.
Here we are.
I love Zane Davids. He's just always brings physicality and energy and great experience. He made his debut in Wellington in 2017. 6 foot, 100 kilograms.
Fine.
Still going strong as 58 all-time event.
Set.
Mate will get it off the park. Argentina will just take their medicine here. A red card for them in this game and a heavy defeat, but they will be playing in the quarterfinals tonight, as will the Blitzboks, who have beaten Argentina here with a big score by 38 points to 0.
Ready, Kenya?
It's the only event they haven't won, South Africa. The Cathay HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. Could this be their year? They've got to get past Kenya first in the quarterfinal. Selvin Davids to get us started. The top-ranked team here in Hong Kong in the men's competition against 7s2 qualifiers Kenya. They're all in white. Here's Sami Asati, playmaker for them. Loose ball, but Kevin Wakasa's alert to it. Then he gets the fin going and drives into Tristan Lades. He needs to wriggle himself out of there or get pinged. Here's John Okoth. Ryan Oosthuizen holds on to him. Defence, a cornerstone of this Blitzboks side. They'll work really hard. Looking to kick here. He's almost over the end line there. I think he was stepping on the dead ball line. He was. 5-metre scrum, South Africa.
Yeah, they saw it straight away, didn't they? The South African players, Oosthuizen along with a couple of others, were pointing straight away. They washed their feet. Asati. Yeah, he's well out.
Let's go,
It's
boys.
losing sense of
Wind
his
up.
geography there a little bit. They lost their last 4 quarterfinals here, South Africa. It is kind of remarkable given how much success they've had all around the world. Runners up 3 times in Hong Kong. Great opportunity to start with the first try here. Selvin Davids goes the short side and he scores. Easy does it for Selvin and South Africa.
Geez, he's in some form at the moment. Selvin Davids. He's making it look easy. Fakes to go open, see the halfback goes with him. There's a 2-on-1. Defensively, that is a very tough spot to be in. And this guy here, well, he's just too sharp for that.
Yeah, he is running hot right now. Selvin Davids, extra couple of points from Lades on offer. Posts go green. The Rainbow Nation happy.
At the center.
Lades goes over to the far side in the direction of Ryan Oosthuizen. Kenya have this. Wakasa did well, and Safari actually involved. Sati. Look at that line speed from South Africa again, putting pressure on Kenya, trying to get out of their own 22, and they're forced to kick, but it's a good one. And big Kev Wakasa's on the chase, but Tristan Lades is running back as well, but they chip it forward again with Nigel Amaitsa into his hands, then into the hands then of Impi Visser. That would have been an amazing try. Here's Shilton van Beek. It opens up for the speedster. He's got Oosthuizen on the cut. He puts 2 flat balls straight into the hands of John Okoth. Now Kenya have it back again. What a sequence of play this is. Abakusi's taken off the scrum cap for this one. Safari. It's like being on safari, that sequence of play. It was all over this Kai Tak Stadium. Now it's back to more normal rugby sevens. They're going to work the kicking game again. They like this tactic. Getting back is Lades again, saving the day once more. Abakusi's onto him and they get the penalty, Kenya.
First man on the ball.
They do get something
Leave the
out of
ball,
it.
Green. Okay, hang on. Leave the ball. Good.
I like the tactic, though, punching the ball in behind, turning South Africa around. There's a couple of nice chases been put in by Kevin Wakesa. Really applied a lot of pressure, and that's the reason why they're going to get this opportunity here. Look at this craziness. Oh, my goodness gracious me. That's a Maitza. He had no option but to throw it back inside because of the great defense. But look at this chase by the big man on the edge.
Let's go.
Gets those knees up, and
Crouch.
this is the end result. Great cleanup. There was nothing he could do. He just had to concede the Tristan Lades.
Set.
5 metres out now for Kenya. Asati. Safari straight through the middle. That's his plan. Doesn't quite get there. They reload real quick. Vincent Onyala coming around the corner. John Okoff steps through the tackle and scores for the Shuja. 7-5 kick to come.
Well, they're not intimidated, are they? The Kenyans. Great set-piece move. Take it a nice and hard. Great carry. Good bridge as well. Then you have players looping around. Pick your options. Nice drop-off. And this is what you do. Use your raw power you possess.
This is the first All-African quarter-final on the series for 5 years, but they do play in the Rugby Africa Sevens regularly. And remember, Kenya knocked South Africa out of the Rugby Africa Sevens ahead of the Paris Olympics to qualify themselves. And there's Kanye. He's got the shades on, head cheerleader in chief. Always having fun regardless of the scoreline. Wherever Kenya go, they go. That's gone forward off Davids. He thought he was bumped in the air, and Kenya have it back. Really good passage of play for them, and they're up and running again, and they get another try. It's Abakusi. What a finish. Dennis, the menace, Abakusi.
Oh, that fan base is going up now from Kenya. Look at this body balance. Great competition in the air. Comes off the chest of David, so that's play on. As soon as he gets his ball, Abakusi, look at him here. Takes it forward, goes through a defender. The balance and the legs do not stop. That is outstanding athleticism from Dennis Abakusi. And they go back to back.
Well, he had a really tricky moment in the final pool game against the USA. He was over the line and dropped the ball with his first opportunity to score. Then he got a try late, which actually was the difference to them winning their final pool game, to get them through to the Cup quarterfinals and knock out the USA. So he's had a curious kind of day, but gee, he can play that time. Davids is
In the air.
infringed in the air, and it will be a yellow card to Vincent Onyala.
Taking the man in the air on the arm. Scrum down.
Saying he took his arm, that's why the imbalance come. Let's have a look-see. Oh, hard on that angle, we can't really see. He's complaining straight away though, Davids.
And Zane Davids, who is lifting him, often
Bring
it's
someone
the
in.
responsibility of the lifter to bring them down safely, but they're very hot on that. It's all about protecting players in the aerial game. Abakusi comes into play hooker at this scrum.
Crouch.
And 30 seconds to go first half. Selvin Davids, what can he conjure up here with Tristan Lades at first receiver?
Set.
Shilton Funvake in midfield as well, but here comes Davids to Lades. That 1-2 playmaking combo for the Blitzboks. So dangerous. Here is Shilton Funvake. Raw speed. And speaking of speed, how about Donovan Don? That's the levelling score for South Africa. Brilliantly done off the scrum.
The timing of the passes were outstanding from South Africa. The first one was from Selvin Davids. Then this man here, Van Veek, he draws in the defender, which allows and releases Donovan Don with a clear line. Pretty to watch.
Oh, we're watching another high-quality cup quarter-final here. South Africa with the Donovan Don try and the extra 2 from Lades from right in front. They retake the lead at the break, 14-12 over Kenya. 50-year anniversary of Hong Kong Sevens World Championship. Place in the semi-final against New Zealand up for grabs here, and South Africa have a 2-point lead over Kenya. They're playing with 6, the Kenyans, with Onyala still in the sin bin. Wakesa goes in and muscles the ball away, but it's loose, and South Africa have it, but there's a knock-on. That was a good hustle play there from Nigel Amaitsa.
You can feel the intensity from the Kenyans, just applying pressure, weren't they? Defensively rushing up and causing that situation so good.
Let's go.
We heard Kevin Wambura at half-time barking instructions. He's very animated on the sideline. He's got some great people with him. Andrew Amonde is now the S&C coach, former captain of the Kenyan side, and his backroom staff. They've got some good rugby sevens IP pushing this team forward. There is Amaitsa. Asati, that's a beautifully weighted pass to Kevin Wakesa. And Kenya retake the lead in the quarter-final.
And it's a double thumbs up because they'll go back to their full complement as well. Remember, they were down to 6 players, so they stayed the short side. Bit of deception. There's the setup. And look at the loop around the big man Wakesa coming around, creating the numbers, just held him just enough. That's a beautiful offload from the skip, Asati. And he gets his country right back in this one. We knew it was going to be a banger. Roops is proving to.
Absolutely. Kevin Wakesa. He was recently awarded an IOC, that's the Olympic Committee Climate Award. He was awarded that before the Cortina Milan Olympic Games earlier this year for his outstanding environmental actions in Kenya. He's also completed a mechanical engineering degree for fun. And they lead by 3, Kenya, over South Africa. 5 minutes to go. What else is this game going to offer up? Been brilliant so far. Mpivisa. Sati goes in. Was that Wakesa again? It was. Kevin Wakesa.
Oh, he took his medicine at that breakdown too. Got absolutely smoked.
What is it?
Laid his body on the line. Great chop tackle initially from Amaitsa, the skipper. Look at him just cop it right in the scapulars, but he's got the turnover for his country. Man, they are feeling it at the moment, aren't they, Kenya?
Couple of big plays for Kevin Wakesa.
15 green.
From the Cabra Sugar Club Rugby Football Club, won their 3rd straight Kenya Cup final.
They have the best club names, don't they, in the world, I reckon, Kenya.
Oh yeah, we got the KCB, of course. The Western Bulls, the Daystar Falcons, the Menengai Oilers. That's who Dennis Abakusi plays for.
Homeboys, that's always been.
Oh, the Homeboys and the Impalas. Don't forget them. Love their rugby sevens in Kenya. And here they are on the cusp of a massive, massive win over their African neighbours. This would be a big, big moment for Kenyan rugby sevens in their World Championship fortunes if they can finish off this result. Long way to go, though. They lead by 3. Vincent Onyala seen a bit of space down the sideline, but they're alert to it. South Africa, Shilton van Wyk did well. Here's John Okoff, try scorer first half. Safari, now Kevin Wakesa, what's he going to do next? Bit of footwork from the big man and then just bumps off Ryan Ustays, and not many do that. You get another decision.
Roll away, tackler. Oh, we got 2 green here offside.
Wakesa at the moment's been the difference, hasn't he? This physicality, both on turnovers, on defence, and when he's carrying.
Advantage, 1 there or 1 here. Here?
I go to scrum, wouldn't you? Go to scrum in the middle.
Okay. Scrum down.
Kenya have only ever beaten South Africa once in a cup quarter-final. That was in Wellington in 2013.
Number 4 green off.
Well, they need something special. Do South Africa, so they bring on Soy Swapi, former skip.
Let him tie his boot, please.
Try and bring some edge. They need a turnover. They need a strong scrum here, South Africa. Wakesa, the number 6, he needs to get
Yeah, Mark is here.
his sprigs in the dirt and make it stable. You can see Ustays and say, let's go, boys.
Throw!
They can make it 2 scores. The difference.
Bind!
Clock under 3 minutes now. Could be massive. A hum from the south stand. And a massive opportunity for Kenya to knock over the Blitzboks. Here they go with pace on the game. Step from Safari. Rolls forward. Oh, it's been knocked on, but another penalty. Could be a yellow card here.
Off the ground.
For Selwyn Davids, it is. He was off his feet. You've just got to leave it alone.
Yeah, he couldn't help himself.
He's
They're
on the
under
ground,
pressure.
he
He
plays
just
the ball. He's on the ground,
put
he
his
plays the
hand
ball.
out.
Cynical play.
And you know what? You'd rather a yellow card than 5 points or 7. That's what he's given his team an opportunity. He knows about that 2-score advantage you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cynical.
Time
Yeah,
off.
it's a yellow card, but still he's given his team an opportunity.
Is
Not
it
league
green,
points
green?
just yet.
Oh, 2 green. 2.
The sacrifice
Two
yellow,
substitution.
I think we can call that.
Yeah, 100%. 100% it is.
Coming on the field is Jaden Nell, just his 2nd tournament. He replaces Ustazen there. He is, big boy. Big scrum this.
Time to go on.
The biggest of the tournament. Remember, 7s too. Kenya worked their way up.
Fine.
This is the moment for them on the big stage. Can they nail it?
Set!
Kenya looking to go 2 scores clear. Asati with the fake play, and then they go in the corner with Festus Safari. 22-14, kick to come. It is on for the Shuja.
What about the composure from the skip at the base of the scrum? Look at him here. He's going to be the halfback. He's waiting. It's out. Then he goes when they go back. And that's all he needed. That is some smart rugby IQ from Asante. Look at him there. This is taken out. I know I've got the advantage. Just put it up on the plate. Money.
Oh, Festus Safari with the finish, but how about the eyes of Sammy Asati, leading assist player in 7s to help them get here to this stage.
Time to go. Oh, sorry. Time to go.
Look at the eyes here. He just did them. A right kipper for Festus Safari. Now Nell has it. So it's an 8-point game. South Africa have to score twice. 1:18 to go. And Kieran Nortje has banged it forward for the Blitzboks. Waiting for it to set up for Nortje. And it does. And he's over. And this one's not done by any means. What a moment. Kieran Nortje in his comeback tournament. Extra 2 from Ronald Brown. And we carry on.
What a big call from Coach Philip Snyman to make this sub. The kick has been effective for both teams. Nortje, look at him here. Look at that composure. He just slowed down enough to make sure he hit it the way he wanted to hit it. And there it is.
He missed all 6 stops of the regular season. Last played at the LA World Championship final in 2025 when South Africa went all the way. It's been waiting for this opportunity. That's how you take it. 1-point game in Hong Kong. 30 seconds to go. South Africa have it. Brilliant restart from them. Sheikh Soyuzwapi to Nell. Grandstand finish in the quarterfinal. They got a penalty, the Blitzboks.
Number 9. Okay, bring them on.
And we saw it earlier today with Germany kicking a drop goal penalty to win a game.
Look at Tristan Lades. Look at him lay out here for his country. Body and everything, totally committed. That's what it takes. Brilliant from the young man.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
Elevation from Tristan Lades, absolutely brilliant.
Let's come to the mark.
So maybe a bit too far out
Here's the mark.
for the drop goal winner. And there's still a bit of time on the clock, so you'd have to restart anyways. That's why they set a scrum here.
South Africa back up to their full complements. David's back. Is he going to be the difference maker? What's your go-to play?
You pull back.
This for a place in the Hong Kong semi-final. Here comes Ronald Brown and Tristan Lades. And the tackle from Asati. And the counter-ruck from Kenya. They plough in the Shuja. But another penalty's coming South Africa's way.
Entry.
Ronald Brown taps and goes. Brown for South Africa. Gets the offload away. Nell. Safari's all over him. Amazing finish here.
Hands out. Hands out.
South Africa trailing by a point. And another penalty goes against Kenya. And Selvin Davids taps and goes. There's huge numbers to the right. And the dummy from Leeds. And the finish from Shakes Sawyers Wapi to break Kenyan hearts and put the Blitzboks into the Hong Kong semi-final.
Yeah.
Well, when you need a big moment, you need your alpha males to step up. South Africa's so good. David, just a little hesitation. And then Soy Swapi, what a moment for the most experienced player here in the squad. He gets it done, and South Africa will have a chance in a cup semi-final Hong Kong once again.
How about the subs from Phil Sname and Kieran Norkia? And that man, Siviwe Soyaswapi, former captain in his 65th event this weekend, has come up with another winning moment. He's done it so many times in a green and gold shirt. This for a place in the final where you could win 20 points ahead of Valladolid and Bordeaux in rounds 2 and 3. Selvin Davids, who's been one of South Africa's best, he so often is, gets us underway in the Cup semi-final. Akilo Rokalisoa has been one of New Zealand's best, takes the kick-off high. There's Dylan Collier, who gets it away to Brady Rush. New Zealand with early possession here. There's Robbie Rush, the two Rush brothers starting this semi-final. Really good carry from Rush, that. Good 10 yards over the 22. There's Brady again. Now Collier, the captain, twice HSBC player of the final here in Hong Kong, when New Zealand went back-to-back in 2023, 2024. Bradley Tocker with a good carry, and they get a penalty, New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand aiming up physically. I'm sure that's going to be one of the things they saw pre-match. Two big carries, the first one from Rush, the second one from Tocker. Both of those players have been very good for New Zealand. It's a good, easy exit. That's what South Africa want to do. They want you to run it out. They're so good defensively, so organised.
It's 6 p.m, just after 6 p.m. in New Zealand. Kia ora, great to have your company if you're watching. And just after 8 a.m. in South Africa. So if you're watching this one over your cornflakes, lekker. Great to have you with us too from the Rainbow Nation.
New Zealand, come in, please.
Real hum has gone around this stadium. Sometimes it's all about the party, but the crowd here know when you got two top quality sides up for grabs playing high stakes rugby sevens. And here come New Zealand with their attacking game over the halfway line for the first time. That was Brady Rush with the carry. Rokalisoa to Dylan Collier. Collier gets away from Visser ever so slightly, flicks it back to Roderick Solo. Known for his attacking game, and he's New Zealand's leading tackler here in Hong Kong this weekend. Riley Williams to Brad Tocker, two of the newcomers to New Zealand Sevens on the series this year. That's a loose ball inside. Rush has it, but Tristan Lades, does he put him over the sideline? No. Williams then flings it in field dangerously. Visser's onto it, or has Rush got it? Oosthuizen comes away with it for the Blitzboks. Now Selvin Davids, his kick was charged down by Williams, and now Oosthuizen has it back. Changes of possession back and forth between New Zealand and South Africa here. Ball's loose again. Now Robbie Rush has it. It's about 4 or 5 in one sequence there. Turnover City.
Oh, the physicality for all to show the commitment from both sides. Robbie Rush has been at the forefront of that, that's for sure. Really brings that edge to the New Zealand Sevens team.
They've been pretty good against New Zealand. New Zealand have won just one of the last 4 against South Africa. 10 years since they last met in a Hong Kong semi-final.
Nice and square, stay in the scrum. Just square,
Of course,
don't go
New
up.
Zealand
Let's go. Box here.
well decorated at this tournament. As mentioned, South Africa still chasing their first Hong Kong
Crouch.
title. It's the only one they've never won.
Set, hold,
They won 4 gold medals on the series
stay bound, stay
to win the
in.
regular season title. They're the top-ranked team here, South Africa. And Davids
Advantage.
takes his time. He's got a penalty advantage there to Shilton van Wyk now. He gets the fin going, and he's got so much pace. Offloads over the top to Davids, tries to chip it forward. Still alive. Rokalasoa has it. There's a knock on in there. New Zealand have got an advantage here.
Advantage over.
Bounce pass over to Brady Rush. Brady Rush on Tristan Lage. He gets through him. Almost away from Oosthuizen as well, and New Zealand have a penalty. Gee, they got out of jail there.
I think that's the way they have to play, though. Against South Africa, they've got to have a nudge. At the moment, South Africa just dominating territory, so New Zealand opting to go to the line out just to try and clear their line just a little bit, give them some breathing space. It has been intense so far.
Expect nothing less between those two. Sun's out again. It's hot. Roof open today on finals day.
Edge.
Look at this here. Rokalasoa coming across. It was a great run. Nearly paid off for South Africa. Look at that, the bounce of the ball and the commitment again showing from both teams.
New Zealand line out. Tocker wins it in the middle. Williams. Rokalasoa. Brady Rush calls Solo inside. South Africa read that pretty well. Pass from Williams to Tocker again. The speed with which New Zealand can shift the ball from edge to edge is quite something. Collier back on halfway. Dominating possession in this sequence. Solo again, not for the first time, chips forward. Was he taken late by Lage? I don't think so, says the referee. Sebastian Job gets back for South Africa. They've got so much pace in this Blitzboks team. And now he sets off. He hurdles over the tackle of Roderick Solo. He was a track athlete himself back in the day. He's Shilton van Wyk. Van Wyk to Tristan Lage. And it's a breakaway from the Blitzboks. Coming across Robbie Rush, but he won't get there. Tristan Lage scores first in the semi-final. Rainbow Nation flags are flying in Hong Kong.
It's taken 5 minutes and 30 seconds to see our first point. It comes from turnover, but they're just so lethal the way they turn defense into attack. And these speed mergers that they just have across their squad. Look at the effort going in from Tristan Lage. He is absolutely deadly when he's in this move.
He's been outstanding, Tristan Lage. 3 tries, 2 assists coming into this semi-final this weekend. He's got another 7 points to his name here into the final minute of the first half here. He will restart play as well in the direction of Ryan Oosthuizen, who gets a hand to it. Brilliantly keeps that in field. That was heading out on the full. Here's Selvin Davies, he kicks. Was he taken out? Yes, I think he was by Solo, who I think will go to the sin bin here.
This will be interesting because he targeted the ball in the act of kicking.
We've got the other side. Ball's landing here.
These are massive moments in a game like this. So let's have a look here. Oh, yeah, I suppose you could have a case to pull out, but tough one, 50-50.
He got yellow carded in the quarter-final last night, Solo. It's 2 in 2 games.
Scrum.
Well, here we go. It's a power play for South Africa. 37 seconds left on the clock. They're a very good team taking advantage of an opponent down to 6 players.
And their back line is very, very flat. They are blessed with speed on the outside.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Zane Davies and Brad Tocker up against each other
Behind the ball.
at this scrum. Selvin Davies feeds it. He's going to work the short side here. Selvin Davies, he holds on. He had Tristan Lage to his left. They'll recycle, though. New Zealand fan out on defence. Slow ball for the Blitzboks. That's actually well done from New Zealand there. Zane Davies has to go on one knee to take that, and then he straightens the attack. Visser goes in. Now Oosthuizen. Oosthuizen. Long ball over the top to Sebastian Job. It bounces up high, and now he turns around the corner, does Job. Van Wyk sets off. Impey Visser, the captain. A long cutout ball over the top to Selvin Davies. Davies to Lage. Robbie Rush comes over with a big shot.
Tackler. Advantage.
Added seconds here at the end of the first half. South Africa looking for their second try with a penalty advantage here. And Van Wyk to Sebastian Job. And the power play ends up in a second try for South Africa.
And that's the rule of thumb with the players off 2 minutes. You want to come away with 2 scores, and they've done that, South Africa. Very patient again. Width to width to width. And then finally New Zealand were caught short. Good decoy run by Oosthuizen to freeze the last defender, which allowed this guy to have acres of space. And what a time to score just before the half.
Davids, that left foot conversion, he's nailed it. So a maximum 14 for South Africa off the 2 tries. They have the lead in the semi-final. The Orient. And we're back underway in the semi-final. New Zealand trail by 14 points. Yellow card is done, so they're back to the full 7. South Africa picks up 14 points in that first half. And look at Ronald Brown chasing down Collier here, was taking his time, did well. Captain to get back. Tocker under pressure now, though. Robbie Rush has to come in and help back. 3 big men there, really working hard to get back. They had to. Here's Brady Rush on the edge. Runs into Van Wyk. Penalty, South Africa. Really good work at the breakdown again. New Zealand just couldn't get it out of there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure he held his feet there, though. That's the problem. That's what they're arguing, Brady Rush here. So after this movement, South Africa will have 1 more play before New Zealand go up to the 7, I think.
Oh, yeah, correction. Solo's still on the naughty step, so
Let's go.
they're still playing with 6 here, New Zealand. Looking to go 3 scores clear here. That would be a big lead in a cup semi-final for a team that have never won the Hong Kong Sevens. South Africa, Shilton Van Wyk are 3 scores clear. That is an imposing lead from the Blitzboks, edging closer to a cup final in Hong Kong.
He's the one that got the turnover, and he's the one who's going to get this try. Look at the deception. Zane David is the one that causes confusion. You can see the New Zealand having to respect the run. They hold, and what does that do? Leave space on the outside, and you've got a guy who can stop on a dime like Shilton Van Wyk. So good. He is causing chaos at the moment.
Oh, he's one of their best, isn't he? He was player of the final in the Los Angeles World Championship final last season. Ronald Brown raises the flags again. New Zealand are back to 7 now, but 21-0. Rokalisoa down to Brady Rush, an error from Williams. Just not going New Zealand's way here.
And this is where they are so good defensively. South Africa, it's suffocating, and these are the moments like that under the heat on Sunday in Hong Kong. You've got to take those. The South African team, though, Rupert, they got spanked yesterday by Spain. They had seconds to win it against Kenya. Obviously had a kick up the backside overnight, and they look a different beast today.
Crouch!
Yeah, they are the regular season champions, remember. They won 4 titles out of 6. They're the form team coming in
Stay in the scrum!
to the World Championship 3-round series. We go the short side with Ronald Brown, almost through. Collier just holds onto his coattails. Zane Davids, Impivisa, Selvin Davids. Good tackle on him from Brady Rush's door, then he gets up and works the turnover. Visser, though, I think is going to be able to get this away at 3:40 to go, second half. 21-0, South Africa lead it. Van Wyk again, steps. Charges through, Williams just held on to him. This is impressive stuff for the Blitzboks. Playing a high-quality game right now. Job is shot to the floor well by Roderick Solo, but Zane Davids has seen a bit of space down the short side. Zane, one more pass inside to Selvin Davids, might do it. No relation, those two. Same surname. Here's Ronald Brown to Ryan Oosthuizen. And this might be enough to see South Africa into the cup final tonight.
With a big game hunting at the moment, aren't they, South Africa? Just being ruthless at the moment, dominating possession. And they are just clicking through the gears in this cup semi-final, making it look easy.
It is a well-oiled green machine right now. And Ryan Oosthuizen, one of many vastly experienced players in this Blitzboks side. There's another one, Ronald Brown. First thing that hasn't got their way all game, missing that conversion pretty much. 26-0. South Africa over New Zealand. Selvin Davids has earned himself a rest. As has the skipper. New Zealand let that bounce. It's gone forward, I think, off solo. And here they come again. Here's Jaden Nell, the rookie. Lades flicks it out nonchalantly to Sheikh Soyuz-Wapi, who scored the winning try against Kenya in the final pool game. Kelly Lasanga runs it out for New Zealand. Clark over to Rokalasoa, who juggles it and then holds on, and then he's gone. Akila Rokalasoa with less than 90 seconds to go in the semi-final gets New Zealand's first points.
Yeah, just hasn't had enough ball in hand. Rokalasoa, South Africa have kept the ball away from him, but this is what he can do, limited space. Juggled the ball. He's always had that beautiful deception with his footwork. He's been New Zealand's best by far this weekend. Aquila Rokalasoa.
Yeah, coming in involved in 5 of 11 tries for New Zealand ahead of the semi-final. But that scoreline is still heavily in favour of South Africa. Ryan Oosthuizen's taken a knee, just had a shot back on his feet. Just taking a breather there, South Africa. New Zealand obviously want to get a hurry on. King Maxwell has come on the field for New Zealand in the 12th shirt. This is his rookie tournament. Rokalasoa goes a flat restart, brilliantly read by Sebastian Job. Hadn't even gone the 10, he took it well. Tristan Lades in the sunshine in Hong Kong. Sheikh Soyuz-Wapi, Ronald Brown, back to Soyuz-Wapi. Now Ryan Oosthuizen drops the shoulder. Brown, long old kick pass over to the far side. It's intended for Sebastian Job. Quite go the direction he intended, but it almost works out for them. New Zealand have the line out.
Yeah, why not? Why not have a go? New Zealand go quick.
Here's King Maxwell. Up over halfway. Good run from him. Looking for his first try in rugby sevens, but it might work out for Michael Manson. Manson heading towards the goalpost. Norkia getting back, but Manson will dot it down for New Zealand as the full-time siren goes.
Yeah, just a little bit too late there for New Zealand, but the kick. And a few teams have used this option over the course of this weekend because players and teams don't employ a sweeper traditionally. They're up flat. And well done, young man.
Yeah, too little too late for New Zealand. All the damage was done by South Africa with that big lead. And Michael Manson and New Zealand will look forward to the bronze medal match. But South Africa are in the Hong Kong Cup final. Let's go downstairs. "50 years of Hong Kong Sevens, Men's Cup Final 2026 underway. South Africa received the kickoff. Selvin Davids, who's been one of their very best, brings it down. Impy visitor, Tristan Lades, another first-class performance from him so far this weekend. Shilton van Wyk over on the edge to Sebastian Job. They got a lot of pace out wide, South Africa. Couple of injuries coming into Donovan Don and David Brits, but they've got plenty of quality still available. And how about the quality here of Tristan Lades? He scoops down, he picks it up, and he's under the bar for the Blitzboks. Salutes the south stand. Tristan Lades once again rises to the top.
And this is where you have to be aware with South Africa. The kick comes down from Tristan Lades. That's how he views the field. He's got a wide peripheral, and to pick that ball up at full noise, Tristan Lades is top shelf.
Great skill set. Tristan Lades. And he adds the conversion to his own try. Philip Snyman on the right. He played in 2 Hong Kong finals himself as a player, now head coach of South Africa. And of course, Santi Gomez-Cora, a glittering career of his own for Argentina. They're the strategists behind the scenes now. It's all about these players out here as Marcus Moneta and Vera Feld and Graziano combined. Moneta again has been eaten up by Sebastian Job, who goes hunting. Here's Alvarez. He's had a big tournament. 5 try assists for his team this weekend.
Get out!
Limpy Vista, the South African captain's making a use of himself, but he was told to let go. Penalty comes.
And that's going to be the battle within the battle at the breakdown. Limpy Vista, I think, just making a statement there. Yeah, he heard the referee, but he just stayed there just because. So you know you're going to have to work hard to get rid of me today.
Decide to kick it far upfield. Pedro Diarra. Some of these youngsters have been so good for Argentina. We saw the likes of Batak, Dubuk and Perez Pardo, the young 21-year-olds, rise to the top in the semi-final to get them here. Diarra here to throw the line out. Here's another one. New scrum half for them. There's plenty of size up front. Alvarez brings it down. Here's the World Player of the Year, Luciano Gonzalez. Often has big games in big finals. And Graziano now in a wrestling match with Ryan Oosthuizen. Gonzalez works the blind side and the offload to Sangata. Well, there you go. The World Player of the Year has put it on a plate for Santino Sangata. Argentina hit back.
You watch the work of Gonzalez, though. He takes out 2 defenders. He knows he's going to go sideline. But look at this. Takes Oosthuizen, takes David, and just wraps him up. He's an absolute monster, Gonzalez. And that's why he is the reigning World Sevens player, because he does stuff like that.
Another youngster, Sangata, 21 years of age. This is 14th Sevens event. And that combination with Gonzalez, the old stager, we saw him at the anthems, feeling the emotion. Well, the conversion's good. We're 7-all in the cup final. You just felt this one was going to be tight. Nothing like the pool game when South Africa won at 38-0 yesterday. This is different gravy, though. It's a Hong Kong Cup final. It's tense. It's tight. And that's a long pass over the top to Sebastian Job. 2 absolute speedsters there, he and Marcus Moneta. Selvin Davies in midfield. He's going to work the kick pass here, improvising for Tristan Lades. He's in a bit of space as well as Lades. Oh, a weavy, mazy run from Lades. Look at him go. He offloads to Selvin Davies. Oh, this is an absolute worldie from South Africa. You can only stand up and applaud that one. Absolutely brilliant from the Blitzboks.
Well, that had every skill in the book, didn't it? First it was the kick pass from Selvin Davies, and Tristan Lades, look at him here. Catches it on the full. Beautiful footwork as always. I love the way he has the ball in 2 hands. Freezes a defender. Looks, where's my support? I got inside and out. I'm going to go in. Takes his medicine with the hit. He knows he's going to cop it. But Selvin Davies going up the middle of the park, and this guy has been the point guard for South Africa this weekend.
Oh, Selvin Davies, he's nearing 50 all-time tournaments. Over 100 tries on the series, plus plenty more in other pinnacle events. And I love it, KT. They use the playbook. They're not frightened by the occasion. That kick pass, brazen and brilliant in equal measure. Alvarez. Argentina now, can they answer? Here's Marcus Moneta, HSBC player of the final in this game a year ago.
No!
Graziano lays it back, and they reload again. Alvarez, Diardo, Sangara. Over on the far side is Gonzalez. Almost stripping the ball away with Zane Davis. Then he goes in for the steal. They have a look down the short side. They swing it back the other way. Marcus Moneta. 5 tries this weekend. Stepping. Now passing to Videfeld and Graziano again. Bumps off Lades, and Visser tried to put him over the sideline. He just sat down and they recycle once more. Good possession here for Los Pumas Sevens. Penalty. Quick tap, Moneta. Videfeld. Space over on the far side if they can see it. They come back the other way with Gonzalez. Sangara's got no one in front of him over on the far touchline. Videfeld sees him now. Now it's Sangara looking for his second try. Big D from Davids and Oosthuizen. Advantage here, Argentina. Moneta's left it behind, but they'll go back.
Yeah, they always knew they had a free hit, didn't they, Argentina? I thought they could have gone to the edge a little bit early, and they go quick.
Final play, first half. Diardo. Oosthuizen come up with a jackal. He just got isolated there, Diardo. Didn't have anyone with him, and a player of Oosthuizen's experience and physicality, you're going to be in trouble there. And that takes us to half-time. So South Africa don't concede again, and they go to the break in the Hong Kong Cup final, leading Argentina by 14 points to 7. Argentina's turn to receive a kickoff. Tristan Lade sends it high. Sangara's underneath it, no lifter, and Oosthuizen competed well, but Gonzalez got to the bouncing ball. Pellandini, who's off the bench. He hasn't been starting for this Argentina side. No Santiago Mare. He's injured for this game. And there's a big tackle coming in on Sangara there from little Ronald Brown, who's also fresh legs out there for South Africa. Here's Marcus Moneta. Hasn't found an opportunity to show us his X-factor just yet. Penalty to Los Pumas. Videfeld. Gonzalez. Pellandini. Alvarez at pace. Alvarez inside to Sangara. Almost knocked it on, then flicks it back. That went backwards, that's play on, but Argentina leave it behind, and Sebastian Jobs onto it like a flash. Moneta gets him, 5 metres out. Amazing cover tackle. Still on for South Africa here, and Oosthuizen will walk it in for the Blitzboks. Oh, a bit of daylight now at 19-7.
Stubborn lethal, let turnover time. Look at this is messy from Argentina. No Kongs when they go for their ball. You can't have that. Look at the numbers in and around just hunting for South Africa. Marcus Moneta scrambles well, but look at the numbers coming in behind from South Africa. Just trailing, that's a good bridge. And then Oosthuizen, as always, ever present, doing the dark stuff that no one likes doing.
He was player of the final in Perth when they won one of 4 gold medals in the regular season. Brown adds an extra 2 points. Oosthuizen earned himself a rest. Making more changes here. Kieran Norkius coming onto the field. Zane Davids has left. Young Jaden Nell is out onto the field in the cup final in Hong Kong. They're getting closer to their first ever title here, South Africa. 21-7.
Time on.
Long way to go, 5 minutes. Plenty of time for Argentina to find a way back. Nell hits Sangara hard with his first contribution. Juan Batak, these youngsters now. Here's Dubuk, Sebastian Dubuk, who got the winner in the semi-final. Alvarez the leader. Pellandini to Gonzalez. Sangara staying out on this near side wing. Gonzalez offloads to Pellandini. Alvarez to Batak and Graziano and Sebastian Dubuk over on the far side. Still playing a patient game here. Was there a knock on there? There was. Just a rush of blood.
And that's purely because the squeezing pressure of South Africa. Look at Impi Vissa. Again, just hunting around, but he makes the decision to just back out of there. It's just these little moments like that you have to get right.
Yeah, it's smart, isn't it? That's the experience of someone like Impi Vissa, who played in his 50th all-time event in New York when they won the regular season title.
South Africa, with those changes they made just moments ago, you feel like it's a speed package. They've got a lot of gas out there, so you know they're going to go edge to edge. Nortje, he's an absolute weapon.
Set.
Yep, Lades, Van Wyk and Nortje in this back line. Here is Lades, he's kicking again, and Shilton Van Wyk's chasing and scoring for the Blitzboks. One step closer to a Hong Kong title. Number 75 all-time for Shilton Van Wyk.
And it's a massive step forward, Rupert. Look at this. Christian Lades has owned day 3 in Hong Kong. He just got it flowing at the moment. Look at him there, off the side. Brilliant bounce. Timing was fantastic. That is absolute money.
Tristan Lades, who came into this final with 4 tries and 2 assists. Make that 5 tries, 4 try assists. Shilton Van Wyk, the beneficiary this time. 28-7. The Rainbow Nation will take some catching from here. Selvin Davids takes his time, and you would at 28-7 up. 4 tries to 1. Impi Vissa's got the ball in his hands. Gambled on that one, came up trumps. Van Wyk, he's going to kick pass again. This time to Selvin Davids. Awkward ball, picks it up on the bounce. He's got Nell with him. Chest passes to Jaden Nell. Oh, how about the handoff on Palladini? Sit down. Now Selvin Davids, another kick pass over the top. Oh, he just can't hold on, but it might still work out for Kieran Nortje here. Vissa's with him. They are playing some world-class stuff out there, South Africa. And the biggest moment of all in Hong Kong. Selvin Davids is through for his second. And that should be enough. That should be enough for the Blitzboks to take out Hong Kong for the very first time.
Well, that sums up the attitude of South Africa today. Nothing was going to stop them from gaining their first ever Hong Kong final. Selvin Davids, well, you knew he was going to have a say before it was all said and done. He is absolute all-star this weekend in Hong Kong. They needed him and he fronted up.
The Rugby World Cup Sevens final in 1997. Runners-up then here in Hong Kong. 2008, 2009, 2017, bridesmaids again. But not tonight. This looks like at 35-7 with 1:25 to go. But South Africa are finally going to break through in Hong Kong. Argentina have knocked it on. It looks like their confidence might be a little blown here, because that scoreboard is an imposing score line.
Yeah, it's emphatic. You see the body language now. Argentina are resigned to losing their title here in Hong Kong to a team who on day 3 has just taken it through the stratosphere, untouchable.
Yeah, you think about the titles, they've already won Perth, Singapore, Perth, Vancouver, New York, now here, Hong Kong. It's been an incredible run from the Blitzboks this season. This is the World Championship. Argentina have turned it over at the scrum. Final 30 seconds now for Los Pumas. We're going to relinquish their Hong Kong title here to South Africa. Sheikh Sawyer's Wapi's out there. What a moment it'll be for him. 10 years after he made his debut here in Hong Kong. And there he is making another hit, Sheikh Sawyer's Wapi. Penalty South Africa. 10 seconds to go, they want more. Ronald Brown and Kieran Norkia can't hold on. Well, that would have been a wonderful moment for him in his comeback tournament for the Blitzboks. Whistle went before the hooter. We will have a reset. Jaden Nell, it's just his second tournament for the rookie.
All the players talk about the history that is here in Hong Kong, and now the South African team can join that piece, and there it is there. That's the moment. That's what you play for, to get that walk up on the dais right behind them on a Sunday night. How good.
Ashley Everett's there, the manager, and Renfred Dazel, the assistant coach, alongside Phil Snowman. They've done an amazing job behind the scenes. That centre of excellence in Stellenbosch just keeps on setting high standards. Argentina, take nothing away from them. They've had a great tournament, their first cup final of the season, but that sums it up for them. Final whistle. The Blitzboks break through in Hong Kong. Cathay HSBC, Hong Kong Sevens champions for the very first time. And that is what it means to them. They've won all around the world. They've won Olympic medals. But never before tonight have they won here at the Mecca of Rugby Sevens. What a moment, KT.